It's generally believed that the universe came into being from an infinitely small singularity of infinite density containing all of the energy and matter that composes the universe today. This singularity underwent a massive expansion called the Big Bang, scattering matter and energy across space in all directions, which means that everything contained within us came from that small singularity. We came from one. And here we are today, some 13.7 billion years since that event, in a universe filled with nearly 2 trillion galaxies. And among those 2 trillion is our galaxy, the Milky Way, which itself contains 100 billion stars. Our particular star and solar system can be found on the outskirts of the Milky Way. And within our solar system is a beautiful blue jewel called Earth. Earth has been in existence for 4.5 billion years. And this is the home we share for the precious few years we call our life. Looking down upon our planet, nowhere can we see borders, boundaries, or separation, except for those we've created in our own minds. If we look at our lives in this same context, we realize that we're all in this together. Our hopes and dreams are interconnected, and our problems and issues are shared. And looking back from where we started, when we were one within that singularity before the Big Bang, we still remain as one today. There simply is no separation, no matter how hard we try and imagine otherwise. As we go about our daily lives, we constantly lose sight of this obvious fact. We spend our days competing against each other and sacrifice everything that truly matters. And for what? For more money and materials we cannot possibly take with us upon death or fully enjoy while we're alive. In this futile pursuit, we destroy our health, our peace of mind, harmony with others, and the environment in which we live.
It's utterly counterproductive to squander our precious years in this manner. The system we've created tells us that our purpose is this futile pursuit of more money and possessions, that somehow our happiness is directly proportional to how much wealth we have. Our lives have a much greater purpose than just being born, desperately surviving, and then dying. If we received everything we materially desire, crave, and attach ourselves to, we'd eventually realize it's not really what we want. While our minds are conditioned to believing that our happiness is related to how big our houses are and what cars we drive, our souls are hardwired to find peace and help each other. And therein lies our purpose for true happiness: to live, to love, to dream, to experience, and to help others. The true value of money is its ability to do good for the betterment of ourselves and our fellow humans. What if a new global movement could redefine our story? A new chapter in the story of us. A story of hope. Our hope to unite, to dream, and to change the world. Can we dream and have the audacity to come together as one and to change the world for the better? But more importantly, if we don't, what hope do we realistically have in continuing to survive down our current trajectory? Is this how we want to live for the few short years we have left? Is this really the future we want to bestow upon our children? So ultimately, our only hope is in us, in all of us, uniting and working together, because if we don't face our mounting problems on a global level, it will only get worse. And we're capable of uniting. It wasn't long ago when Kennedy pointed to the moon and said, we would go there, not because it was easy, because it was hard. We imagined the impossible and made it possible. A mere 65 years after the Wright brothers flew the first plane only 120 feet, in an age when computers were the size of cars and phones had rotary dials, we pooled together our resources, knowledge, and our imagination, and we made it to the moon. This is the power and motivation in the heart of mankind. The moon missions taught us that we have no limits, that we have everything available to us to do whatever we wish. As long as we can dream and unite, we can make anything happen. They taught us that to achieve a dream, any dream, no matter how large or small, we only need 3 components. Number 1, desire. Number 2, organization. And number 3, funding. And then everything else follows. So that begs the question, If we had the motivation and desire to change, we could get the funding in place and we could organize ourselves. What could we, as a global movement, change for the better? We could eradicate extreme poverty around the globe, provide clean water for everybody, ensure that every man, woman, and child has access to basic healthcare, find cures for cancer, provide disaster and humanitarian relief anywhere in the world within 24 hours, eradicate human rights abuses, provide basic education for everybody, reduce food waste, reduce pollution and slow down climate change with clean energy, conserve wildlife and reverse the 6 major mass extinction currently taking place before our very eyes. And all of this is not only possible within our lifetimes, but is possible within the next 10 years. We're also sitting on a big bang of social entrepreneurship, where the best and brightest ideas can be financed, supported, and can flourish.
And no government or politician is coming to save the day. They are barely able to solve local and national problems, let alone global ones.
So who plays the most important role here? I do, you do, we all do, together.
We, the people of Earth, are the only group who can collectively unleash our potential to resolve the major issues that affect all of us. And for the very first time in our history, we have all the pieces in place to make this a reality. Desire, organization, and funding, just as it was for the moon missions. These are the essentials.
The desire to make this world a better place is hardwired in our hearts, and an organization is already well underway. Firstly, we partner with only those organizations who have a proven track record of success in the areas that we want to change. They have to agree to work together with other organizations under a common strategy. Remember, working in isolation hasn't worked, and it never will. We have to work together, pulling in the same direction, sharing ideas, innovating together, establishing best practices. And now for the multi-million-dollar question, or rather the multi-billion-dollar question. To solve these large global issues, we're going to need a serious amount of funding. How are we going to achieve that goal?
Look at it this way. $1 is an inconsequential amount to each of us personally. It's practically nothing. And yet, for a global movement of over 1 billion people, a $1 donation from each would be a significant place to start. But let's break this down further. Let's say the initial donation to join our movement is only $20. That would result in $20 billion. And yet, $20 is still not a significant amount of money for many people in the world. Now we're getting somewhere. And if all of those same people donated even more money each year, say $1 a week or $1 a day, we could raise exponentially more money towards our goals. Additionally, our movement is fully democratic because each member decides which one of our global causes they want to fund. But it doesn't stop there. Now imagine if rather than simply sharing a post on their Facebook page, they shared that same post through our app by donating $1 to one of our causes. Their Facebook would appear as it would normally, while also showing that they made a donation to our movement to help a worthy global cause. Just as the Ice Bucket Challenge went viral through social media momentum and inspired people to come together and raise funds for one specific disease, ALS. Our cause is much simpler, and its momentum can continue indefinitely. Imagine that tipping point, that critical mass, when 1 million people join, then tens of millions, when over 2 billion people donate to causes near and dear to them by simply sharing some of their Facebook posts through our app. There are 4.5 billion Facebook likes each and every day. Imagine if users could super like a post with a simple $1 donation through our app. Can you imagine how much more revenue we could raise? These $1 micro donations are simply love tokens from you to others, people who you'll never meet, but who desperately need you. Once billions of people do the same, we're flying. This is how we not only go viral, but how we begin to truly change the world and sustain this change each and every year. Today we light the fire, and it will burn bigger and brighter until everyone in the world can see it and become part of our change movement. So what is our movement called? What else but Unity One? And who am I? I am the same as you, someone who is tired of seeing the world the way it is, feeling unable to help, but desperately wanting change. Therefore, I started this movement, invited many friends to join, so we all can unite and empower ourselves to effect change. Our movement has already grown, and we have many change agents. But we need more. We need you.
We can come together and we can do this. Imagine how different the world could be in just 10 short years. Think about the possibilities of what more we could achieve. Nothing would be beyond our reach. This is a call to all the rebels and freedom seekers out there. You know who you are. The ones who want to explore what is possible, the ones who want to transform their lives and that of others, and those who want to experience something other than this. We don't need anyone's permission to do this. We're free to bring creativity, love, joy, and compassion to our lives and to the lives of others. We can shape the world, not according to how it is, but according to how we would like to see it. Our strength lies in our unity. This is what hope and empowerment looks like, where your voice is heard across the world. Every human endeavor is a journey of the heart. Our Unity One journey for change is born out of one love, of one people, of this one earth. So the only questions left to ask, if not this, then what? And if not now, then when? What mark do you want to leave before your time on this planet is up? You may say I'm a dreamer, but I know I'm not the only one. And today, I hope you'll join us, and the world will finally live as one.
I was a little girl alone in my little world who dreamed of a little home for me. I played pretend between the trees and fed my house gas barking leaves and laughed in my pretty bed of green. I had a dream that I could fly from the highest swing. I had a dream. Long walks in the dark through woods grown behind the park. I asked God who I'm supposed to be. The stars smiled down at me. God answered in silent reverie. I said a prayer and fell asleep. I had a dream that I could fly from the highest tree. I had a dream. have to say about this life I'm willing to leave. I lived it full, I lived it well. As many tales I lived to tell. I'm ready now. I'm ready now. I'm ready now to fly from the highest wing. I had a dream.
We set sail on this new sea because there is new knowledge to be gained and new rights to be won, and they must be won and used for the progress of all people.